We are live. How do everyone? Anyone watching? Thomas is in.
Of course he's
we
in.
saw
He's
Thomas. Me
in.
and you have just been having a chat, haven't we, mates? And
we've been
Thomas is
shooting
in.
the breeze.
That's it. Yeah. I'll go through these 3 comments straight away.
Yeah.
Being started.
Get on top
Thomas
of yourself,
has said,
mate.
that's it. Yeah. Try and catch up. Thomas has said, "Hi everyone." He's also said, "Is it Friday or is it Saturday?" Because I got that wrong. I got the right date for the wrong day.
I've lost track of the days anyway. With you know that bloody having the Thursday and the Friday off.
Yeah.
For
some reason, I knew it was the 4th, but I put Friday on the bloody thumbnail. So I went through all my things and said, "Oh, it's Saturday." And Thomas also said, "Where are you? You're late." Basically, we're here now, Thomas. So thanks for tuning in. Thomas has gone now. We've come live. We've lost the viewer. That's sod's law. Oh yeah, another one come up. Luke John. Hey up, Baz and Dean. How are you, Luke?
How do?
Hope you're well, mate. Have you had a good weekend so far, Dean?
Yeah, it's been all right actually. Yeah, I said didn't do nothing on Thursday and Friday. Did a bit of work today, this morning, just half a day. No, it's been all right. Yeah.
I worked Thursday because the weather was good, and I'll be honest, I really didn't want to work Thursday, Friday. And then when I saw the weather forecast for Friday, it was saying like rain up until about 10. And then from about 2 o'clock, it was going to rain again. And I'm working outside. So it was like, yes, get in there. I didn't have the day off. So I had the day off, basically. So, yeah. And then I've been out with the missus today. I actually went to buy some garden furniture at Dobby's. Spend a lot of money. Yeah.
Do some good beer in Dobby's, mate.
Oh, I don't go there, mate. Don't go there. Don't go down that department. After what she wanted to spend, I couldn't afford to go in the beer.
No. You should have said, well, I'm buying this garden furniture. Can you throw in a few beers, please? Come on. Give us a bit of discount.
Well, do you know what? The furniture that we were looking at, all right, I've got fucking notifications coming up. Wanted to buy something decent. So obviously it was going to cost money, wasn't it? Yeah. And they're doing a 20%. If you're one of them card holders, you get 20% off everything. So we signed up, paid 12 quid for the yearly subscription, got a couple of drinks for free, tea and coffee or something once a month, and it, all right, let's go and buy this fucking furniture and a cover and all that lot. Oh, it's out of stock. We haven't got it. Well, can we order it? Can we order it then? Well, you can order it. And we said, well, are we still going to get 20% off though? You know, if we pre-order it sort of thing, if you're like, oh no. So you're like, and they reckon there was quite a few people that wanted it. So I'm not going to go into how much it was. I mean, by the time we got discount, you're still talking
serious. Yeah.
Because I just figure, you know, if you're going to buy something, buy it good, innit? And they turned all that money away, basically.
Go somewhere else, mate.
Yeah, they said, oh, can we take your number? Well, if I'm going to get the discount, I don't want it.
Yeah, lost a customer straight away, really.
Well, that's it, yeah. And they reckon there was about half a dozen people that wanted this set that they didn't have, and they turned them all away. So
couldn't you have just bought the? I'm guessing you had the next display one.
Yeah, we tried that, and she said, "Oh, we could have sold that. God knows how many times over today."
Well, do you have it on? Yeah, it's annoying that is, though, isn't it? When you've got something that's you can visibly see, you like it, you know, it's comfortable and all that. Well, you want to go and buy it, and you can't have it.
No, that's why it was on 20%.
Get rid of it.
Yeah, so I reckon they put the 20% offer on because they know they haven't got it, so no sod can bloody buy it. That's why.
Yeah, really win, mate, on that.
Let's just go through a couple of these. Right. Thomas has said, "Are you Luke? Don't worry, I've reported." I think he's having to go at us for being late, I'm guessing. The biggest question is who has the better glass collection. Ooh, I might have the bigger collection, but I think Dean has maybe got.
I don't know, mate. I don't know. You've got some gems, though, haven't you? You've got quite a few.
I got a lot of Belgium stuff. I think you've got a couple of little secret ones in there, and yeah.
I've got a few, yeah. I've got loads over there, but they're all sort of like generic pint pots, really, and a few duplicates.
Yeah, I got some
all
of
my
them.
pride and joy really is on this side.
Yeah. My pride and joy is sort of like, I don't know, on that top shelf. You can't see much, but they're all my sort of Belgian ones and that really.
I know I've seen you. You've more or less, if you're doing a Belgian beer, you've more or less 9 times out of 10 you've got the glass for it. So yeah.
I've got all valves sitting here to review, but I've got no glass. I've got all valves sitting under here, but I've got no glass.
Well, I've got all valve. I've got one up there, mate.
Oh, don't rub it in. Don't rub it in. He's just winding me up now. Luke said, "Hi Thomas, and all good at me brother's wedding." Oh, nice one. Tells you how interesting that is because he's on here. Bloody hell! I tell you what, if you're coming on here to watch me, I can understand you wanting to come on and watch Dean. Dean's a legend. Dean is a beer reviewing legend. But
yeah,
Luke have been attracted by one of the bridesmaids. Oi, Thomas. Chris has come in. We'll pop in and out between you two, and smash that baked up potato. Oh, good old Chris. He's a good. Lose it the 1,000, didn't she? Lose it the 1,000 now. So I got to scroll through. I do. Yeah, Thomas has said, "Are you, Chris?"
Pleasure to meet Chris at Scott and Wander's wedding.
Yeah, lovely bloke actually. Mine nice guy. Spent an awful lot of time talking to him.
Yeah, down to earth sort of guy.
Yeah. And Luke was lovely as well. I mean, they were the first 2 people we met when we turned up.
Chatted to her a couple of times outside, I think, when they were taking photos. But
yeah.
I wish I spoke to Dave a little bit more as well. I didn't really speak to him. He was nodding terms and yes and no's really, but I think I was nervous.
Yeah. I think I done that. I'll tell you what. I was a little bit in awe of Dave. I'm not sure if it's just because he was about 6'6" and looked like he was going to rip my head off. I don't know. Kenny Joe said, "Cheers all. Are you, Kenny?" Chris has said hello to Thomas. Lucas said hello to Chris and Kenny. Thomas has said, "Are you, Kenny?" Yeah, we got lots of hellos and all this.
All good.
Luke John is as drunk as a skunkity skunk, and we were all caught up. So I've done well there.
I don't know about you, mate, but I'm getting thirsty.
Yes, I do apologise. Let me just finish this. Are we going light first? Are we?
Yeah, we'll do the light one first, I reckon.
I think so. I'm guessing there'll be more flavour in the second one. So
yeah, looking forward to them, mate.
I'll just pop to the fridge, get the light one out.
Just out of curiosity, I'll show you the cans that we're going to be doing.
Yeah, you can do your little bit.
I'm going to go for that one first. It's a collab with Guy Pal, is it? Guy Paul,
yeah. I sent you some of their stuff, didn't I?
Another Welsh brewery that are heavily influenced with German beers.
They're out of Ballard, they are. They done what did they do? They done the Hefeweizen, the Bock.
Yeah, the Bock.
The Pilsner. Really, and they done the, I don't know if you had it, whether I sent you one. The California Lager, which I think was more Vienna style.
No, I don't think you sent me that. I definitely remember the Bock, and the Weizen was really, really good. It's it's nice when you've got breweries like that knocking out quality stuff.
Yeah, that want to have a go at, like you said. I think you said on, I can't try to think of the bloody video you done the other day. When you try and do a German style lager or something, it's got to be, you've got to do it right, haven't you?
Yeah, you've got to hit a certain line, and the bar is always raised high with German stuff.
Yeah.
And you expect it. I mean, they just know what they're doing. And then when you've got, it's not just the UK. You know, if you've got the Americans having a stab at it, or any other country for that matter, it's got to really sort of meet up to that sort of benchmark of German stuff.
Yeah.
And I've had a few that haven't, but I've had a few that really do live up to it, and it's good. It's good to see that they're putting a lot of, they're doing their own work, aren't they? They're doing their own work. Well,
funny enough, like I said to you before we come live, anyway. Well, it's way before we come live. I've done the Bootlegger Pilsner.
Yeah.
I think did I send you that? Have you had
that?
You
sent me the Wrexham Lager. I've still got it in the fridge.
The export Wrexham Lager. I actually think that one's better, to be honest. But
and the Bootlegger, yeah,
the Bootlegger. I reviewed it in the bottle, And again, I suppose this is experience. I suppose we're doing reviews and that, but I found the Bootlegger Pilsner now on that machine or through the keg. I don't suppose it makes any difference, but found it more of a hell style lager. It didn't necessarily have that crispness or that bitterness, but it had so much breadiness in it. It was more on the sweeter side, so it was more Hell's for me. A great beer. I actually think if they called it a Hell's lager rather than a Pilsner, they would. I wouldn't say they'd sell anymore. But
interested. This is, I mean, a West Coast Pils.
I've got a feeling. I don't know, but I'm kind of guessing I'm not going to like this one.
We'll see, won't we?
Because I think I've said before, and you've probably said before, when you start tinkering with styles, you lose what it should be. And we all know about, you know, they put all these new age hops, don't they, in different bitters, for example, don't they?
Yeah.
And the bitter isn't a bitter, is it? Unless it's
this is going to be. It's just going to be a hoppy lager, isn't it? At the end of the day.
Oh yeah. Hopefully, it's still going to have that lager feel rather than
But let's get it open and
let's get it open.
5% ABV. I like the artwork.
440ml can. Nice artwork, isn't it?
Yeah,
I do like their artwork on the cans.
Catchy artwork that is on there.
Yeah. Have you got the glass out, Mon?
Yeah, I've got my glass here. Yeah.
We're both going wild
by the good man himself.
Ooh,
smells all right.
It's it's very much a mix of the two, isn't it? I think. Smells good though. You can't knock it for it.
Yeah, looks all right to me. That does, mate.
A little bit of a tap. Obviously, only got me glass perfectly clean. I think we're looking bang on the same, aren't we?
We're bang on the money,
regardless of the light.
Yeah.
It looks a bit darker in the camera, I think.
Deep, yeah. I mean, yeah. Look, it looks a real deep golden colour on camera. It's probably a little bit off, sort of like, I mean, hazy, chill haze maybe on that.
Yeah. Slight haze on it, nice head on it.
Yeah.
Gentle carbonation I've got going up, huh? Looks all right. You go in there, Mon. I'll give you the first shout on it all.
From the nose, I'm going to go. It smells like a really nice West Coast IPA. I'm not getting no sort of Pilsner qualities to it. It's all IPA on the nose. Big grapefruit.
Yeah, I mean, big on grapefruit.
Yeah,
it's got a sweet maltiness to it. I think you are picking the malt up in there, but whether you call that lager malt, because you pick that up anyway, can't you? In IPAs.
Yeah, it's leaning more towards a West Coast IPA for me than a Pils.
Yeah,
but it does smell good. I'll give them that.
There's a lightness behind that West Coast aroma that maybe reminds me a little bit of lager. Behind it, you sort of hit with the grapefruit and the hoppiness, and then there's a little bit, I think, lurking in the background that might remind you of it.
There's maybe a little bit of pine in there. I think if it comes through on the taste, it's going to kill that lager back end. Really, if it's all pine resininess, it's just going to be West Coast all the way.
Yeah, which is what you expect from West Coast, isn't it? Bitter, grapefruit, pine.
Yeah.
So, should we go in there, Mon?
Yeah.
Here we go, mate. Cheers.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
For me,
lager mouthfeel for sure.
Exactly, and there's that subtle lager taste, and I get that as soon as you drink it, and then you get the West Coast all on within 2 or 3 seconds. It's all West Coast after that.
Bitter but sweet grapefruit.
Yeah,
it's not raging.
That's changing now. That's changing now for me. It's the second mouthful. Now your palate sort of. It's nice though. It's a nice drop.
Yeah, I mean, considering this is only 5% as well, it's got a pretty decent body on it. It's slightly bready, isn't it? A little bit of breadiness in there.
I pick up that breading, that malty breadiness. That must be the Pilsner side for me.
It's a nice, crisp, sharp snap in there.
Yeah.
But not bitter related, more sort of like, you know, maybe the
lager side, maybe, isn't it?
The lager side of things.
But you do
have to turn the light on, just see what the information is on the back. I can't quite see it.
You do get the grapefruit. You do get a piney resinous to it. It drinks like a lager. It's got that bready, malty thing going on in there. So but behind that, it does turn all West Coast, doesn't it?
The pretty impressive op line up in it. Citra, Nelson Sauvin, and Cascade, and Hallertau Blanc in there. That's pretty good.
Yeah. The Hallertau will be.
That's the lager side of things,
wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and then obviously the Cascade. You've got the grapefruit from the Cascade.
Yeah.
Citra is normally a little bit of lemon, so maybe that's in there somewhere. But I think for me, it's probably more grapefruit than any other citrus sort of fruit.
Yeah, I think the lemon's in there, and I think that kind of takes maybe the edge off the grapefruit. Maybe that's taking the edge off the West Coast side of things. Do you think?
Yeah, I think
it's smoothing it out a little bit.
I think it's decent. I do think it's decent. It's not gone too overboard. You know, when you get, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love a good West Coast IPA that's really aggressive with bitterness. Love it. But when you're badging it up as a Pilsner with a West Coast connection, I think it's kind of spot on, really. They've got a nice balance going on in there. It's not too overboard with the bitterness.
Yeah, I don't think like you say, West Coast should be real bitter, shouldn't it? It's still got that lightness.
Yeah,
a West Coast would probably be what, 6.5%, 7%.
Yeah, they've got away with it with the ABV as well at 5%.
So they've almost kept a lager percentage, haven't they?
Yeah, that's crushable. That is, and I mean, if I was at their tap room, I always use this as a point of reference for would I go back to it again. I would quite happily have a couple of cans of that.
Does it not remind you maybe a little bit of a session IPA?
Well, it is at 5%, isn't it? You could have a few of these. No bother. It's not heavy.
No.
The bitterness in it doesn't make it off-putting that you'd only want one can and walk away from it. For me, and it's for my palate anyway. It's not a palate wrecker.
No. The bitterness is there. But as we said, like it's light, isn't it? Whatever other things they've got in there with the Pilsner kind of thing, it's kind of dulled it down just a touch.
Yeah.
I would say, heavy. For me though, I would say if you want a West Coast, you want a West Coast, don't you? And if you want a Pilsner, you want a Pilsner.
I think it's just the world we live in now with mashing it up a little bit, mixing and mashing it up a little bit, which I'm all for a little bit, really, experimenting. It either goes wrong or it goes right, doesn't it?
Things
the jury's out on that one still. You know,
I mean, I would say it's more sort of general IPA.
Yeah.
But there are lager notes in there. There's no denying there's not lager notes in there. I think if you pick that up, I think generally you would go, it's an IPA. Would it trip you up if you were blind tasting it?
Yeah,
I think if you were blind tasting,
drinking a session West Coast IPA.
Yeah, I think what you'd probably say is you wouldn't think there was lager. You'd maybe say it's a little bit thin, a little bit not watery. Watery's a harsh word.
No, it's not. No,
but you would get that lager thing in the background, but you'd maybe associate it with something else rather than lager.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Well, yeah, no, it's not. It's definitely not watery because you have got a little glimmer of breadiness to it. bulks it up a little bit and doesn't make it too watery. I think if they'd probably gone a bit lower on the ABV, then that thinness probably would have come through a little bit more. But I think for having it bang on 5%, I think again it is a relatively well balanced beer. I think anyway.
Yeah, you couldn't have gone 4.5% on that, could you? You can't be calling
like piss water.
Yeah, you couldn't be calling a West Coast Pils at 4.5, could you? There has to be so much of that West Coast in there, doesn't there, for me?
Yeah, you'd lose it. I mean, it'd be a shame. But the hop lineup that they've put into it, and then to lower the ABV, it'd be bloody sacrilege, really, because it wouldn't showcase the hop lineup that's gone into it with the low ABV, really.
Yeah,
it's fall down.
Yeah,
but I think it's bang on for 5%.
Yeah, I think they've balanced it probably about as well as they could have, really. I don't think you could have changed that too much more. For what they've tried to do, you've got to have that West Coast oomph to it, haven't you?
Yeah.
You've still got to have that little bit of lager feel in the background. And I think they've done it. Would I drink it again? I would drink it. Would it be one I'd rush out and drink? No, probably not.
No,
and not because it's bad.
Again, if you found yourself at their tap room, this would be a nice couple of cans of this, or a couple of pints of it, or offs, just to get yourself settled in there, and then you go through the menu and work your way up, wouldn't you? It's a nice opening beer to have, I think.
Yeah, if you don't want that session IPA, because they do that in the Coda, which I've done with Chris. Yeah, which is like 3.8. And again, I'm not a fan of session IPAs because I don't know, they're just well, you can call them session IPAs, but they don't hit the spot, do they, for me? And pale ales, they're just too light.
Pretty boring.
Yeah.
But then you've got, I mean, the clue is in the title, really, session.
Yeah.
The brewery that have created that beer want you to session it.
Yeah.
You go back can after can or pint after pint. If it doesn't do it for you on the first can, you ain't going to session it, are you? Because you're going to think, no, I'm done with that. It's not my cup of tea.
But this has enough gumption about it, doesn't it?
You go back. You go back.
5%. It's not, for me. 5% is not particularly strong, personally.
No.
But then again, I don't want 15 pints the same. So for me, 5% is still on the lower scale, isn't it, of drinkable?
Yeah.
But it probably has enough of that little bit of extra flavour to fucking say, all right, we'll start on that. And that's,
I like what they've done with it, personally. I like what they've done with it.
They've done a good job, yeah. I mean, again, I'm not a fan, but I like it.
Yeah.
I
know we don't do scores on our beer reviews, but I know I used to do this. If I was on my channel and I had a guest on, I always like to just put a score out just for the sake of doing it, really, because we don't do it on our normal beer reviews. And I think for me, that's an 8 out of 10 beer for me.
I was thinking 7, and that's just because not because of the beer either. That's just my own preference, really, and probably more because it's West Coast mixing with Pilsner. But like you say, for the job they've done, it's easily an 8 out of 10, easy.
Yeah, because I know you're not the biggest fan of a West Coast sort of style, anyway. I think if it was more aggressive than what it is in the glass, you probably would have not liked it as much as
I did. Because it would have it would have taken away the Pilsner side totally. Whereas this
completely wrecked it.
Yeah. Whereas they have just kept it on that right mark, haven't they? For me.
Well, I mean, for the guys that are watching, Baz kindly sent me 6 beers from this brewery. I've actually put one out to review, and then I did. What was the other one I said? Fat Lamp, wasn't it?
Fat Lamp Pale Ale.
Yeah,
you said you've had, but not.
I've done a review of that, but I haven't published it yet.
Yeah.
And then I've got. Is it Beacon? Is it
Beacon? Yeah.
Beacon
IPA. Yeah.
And then there's another, I think there's another IPA in there. Can't remember what it was now.
I sent you 6, didn't I?
Yeah,
so we've got this
look in
one.
the fridge.
I'll go through some of these comments. Thing.
Yeah, go for it, mate.
I think I'm well behind now. They'll all be cursing me.
Trumcar, mate. Trumcar IPA.
That's it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And then the Stout, obviously, that we're doing after.
Yeah, yeah. And they have released a couple more since then. I've been wanting to get some, but unless I go into a bottle shop where I am, it's a case of ordering cases and that, and it is a lot handier if I can just pick up a can or something. If I'm going there, I'll do the case thing, but if I'm not, I just kind of.
That's the beer reviewer within you, though, isn't it? When you do multi-packs, you're like, no, I want singles.
Well, you know, I've got all these machines, and I mean, you're the same, really, isn't it? You know, when you review one beer, don't you? You've got 9 pints left in it. Yeah. So what I don't want to be doing, that if I'm going to overindulge, it's going to be on the machines. What I don't need to be doing is overindulging with cases.
I've got the Francis scanner in there at the moment now. I'm really, really enjoying it. And I keep meaning to that. I need to do a review of it soon, really, because I've run out. Because I've only got, I think I've got 2, maybe nearly 3 bars left.
Well, I'll tell you what. Well, no, it's up to you. I was going to say, if I can do a review now, do it.
Well, no, we'll do these. We'll do these. I'll probably have a glass of later anyway. So
okay. Let me just go through some of these.
Yeah, crack on with that.
Blah blah blah. Yeah, Luke's drunk. Professional. I mean, I've arranged a date for 3 different nights for Steve. He's a bit of a bad lad, isn't he? Fucking hell. He's on his 16th pint of Birra Moretti as well.
Fucking hell.
He's an animal.
He don't piss about.
Fucking hell. I'll tell you what, you'll be no good on them dates if you're drinking 16 pints, will you?
I'll be bloated, mate.
Oh, yeah. Thomas has said it's only taken you about 15 minutes to open the beer. Yeah, got to drag it out. Thomas.
I'm just a guest on here.
Don't blame me. I'm polite because I'm letting the guest do all the work. Liverpool fan page, Chris. How can you be on 2 channels at once, pal? Because he's a clever sod. He's probably got about 15.
Eh?
Yeah, that's it. He's a woman, really. He doesn't have a willy. He's got. We won't go into that.
Dave's in the house.
He's a lovely bloke, Dave. Anyone who's watching, if you haven't checked Dave's channel out, as well as Thomas as well, Thomas is a lovely lad. A lot of respect for Thomas. If you haven't checked Slurpy Dave out, give him a. He's mental, he is. He's off to the pub. It's TT weekend. Enjoy your evening, folks. Thank you, Dave.
Yeah, have a good
Thomas
night.
has said, "Are you Slurpy?" And we've got the thing back. Evening all, looking forward to this. You must have shares in Wild Horse by now, Baz. No, I don't, as it happens. He's actually from Wrexham, John 78 is, so he's only down the road from me. So maybe have to meet up with him and have a beer somewhere. John said, "Are you Slurpy?"
It's nice that you're banging on the drum for your sort of localish brewery. I know they're not on your doorstep, but in the grand scheme of things, they're local.
Well, they are really. Certainly the Wrexham side of thing. I know Wild Horse Brewing Co. on. Guypool aren't that far away, really. Polly's, like the roads we have to get to these places, they tend to be about 30-minute drive. Like Salopian is only about half hour. Sort of. Yeah, but the roads are good getting there, so it's not like you're having to go through, soppy little roads where you can't bloody passing tractors. Put it that way. You don't have to do all that, where we are totally. We are in the sticks, but there's lots of highs. Thomas is saying hi, John. John 78. Body not watery. No, it's not watery. No. Although there is water in there. How much did it cost? Well, Thomas, I bought a case of 12 beers for 50 quid. There was mix and match ones, so some of them beers are sort of like 6 quid, but I got free delivery. So what I done, obviously, when I bought them all, I took my 6 so I could go and review them, but I asked them to just send them straight to Dean because I thought I may as well make the most of, the free delivery service because I'm a tight ass. I'm not totally tight, but you know, you've got to work it to your advantage.
You've got to grab it when you can, mate. If you've got a bargain to be had, you have it, don't you? You know.
Yeah.
This game ain't cheap, is it? Doing this shit. I mean,
well, it's not. No, you know, I know some people will look at me, they'll look at others and say, "Oh, well, you must be rich, or you got this." No, believe it or not, from bits I earn from YouTube, and when I do my weekends, I keep all that separate, so that covers all that. And the fact that I pretty much drink all the beer myself now, because I used to have a lot of mates coming around and that, the beers last me longer. So I probably spend less now than I used to. Yeah.
From it.
You know, I mean, like the perfect draft to get
off Amazon. The Francis scanner in that was off Amazon, £31.50 with Prime.
Free delivery.
Yeah.
Was it?
So it's a pound cheaper than it is on Beer Hawk, and I got
and you've had the free delivery,
Free delivery.
And if you can do that, why wouldn't you? Wouldn't you?
They haven't got the full range on there, but they've got Francis scanner on there. I think they've got Beck's and Bud on there. The usual sort of, like, I guess the more ones that would appeal maybe on the Amazon website.
Absolutely, yeah. Thomas has said 5%. Is that not average? I think so, Thomas. You know, some people don't want to drink 5% beer, do they? But I think 5%'s an average thing.
Yeah.
Kev C said hello, Dino. He obviously doesn't like me.
If it's any lower, then it would have been a mess, really, I think.
Yeah, it would have either been
hoppy water.
Yeah, either the West Coast side would have taken over, but I think when you drop it to that low, the West Coast wouldn't have been there, would it? It would, like you say, hoppy water. It would have just and you wouldn't have got any lager thing from it. Thomas has said, "Are you Kev? Sorry, guys, got to go. Maybe you'll still be going when I come back." Yeah, no worries, Thomas. Thank you for tuning in. Although he's probably gone now because it's about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Kev said, hello, Thomas. Captain Meets Adventures is in. Are you, Captain? Thanks for popping in. He's, oh, hang on. I've missed one there. Hang on. Let's just go back. Just refilled the Lord's mini keg with Perlenbacher from Lidl and enjoying it on the Monster. All right. I'd like to know how you do that. It'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Be interesting. I bet the Perlenbacher on that beer monster, if you could, you know, I wouldn't know how to do it. I wouldn't know where to start.
That's a crusher though, in bottle, isn't it, Perlenbacher?
99p for a 500ml bottle. It's silly money, isn't it?
The Lidl, the Vice beer in Lidl, is it Patronus, is it, or something like that?
Patronus, yeah.
Fucking, that's crazy, that is.
Again, they're good value beers.
Yeah.
And the daft thing is, you think what can be made for the money? Granted, yeah, it's mass produced, I get all that. But you can have good beers.
Yeah.
At a low price.
It can be done.
It can be done.
Can be done.
You know,
but unfortunately, there's a lot of shit that spoils it.
Yeah.
You get these. I mean, I haven't for a long while bought any of the Lidl or Aldi craft beers.
No,
I've seen people's reviews, and it's pretty fucking shoddy, really, isn't it? You know.
Well, you look, you know. You look at Carling, you look at Foster's and all that lot. They're massive, right? They're making fucking millions, aren't they?
Yeah.
Right. There's no excuse not to make them beers better. You know, they're never going to be world beaters, but they could be made better for the same price.
Yeah,
for the same price. You know, and there's no need for
I don't think that's going to change, is it?
It's never going to change, is it?
No.
Excuse me. Sofa King Drunk. Hey, Picasso and Dino, how are you both? Good old Danny on the Tempest Brewing Co. Modern Hells. 4.1 on the Richter scale. I'll tell you what, that little Richter scale thing, I think that's a classic. Yeah, he's got that.
We've all got our own little sort of sayings, haven't we, and mannerisms and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I do find that interesting when you're watching other people. They'll say something or they'll do something, you know, they've got their own sort of way of doing things. And that for Danny, Richter scale. Kitchen of Dreams. Kitchen of Dreams.
Kitchen of Dreams, yeah. I love that. Kitchen of Dreams. Brilliant. Captain Meats, the post and packaging, the reason I won't buy Perfect Draft, sub to Lords mini keg subscription. Yeah, well, again, it depends what suits you, doesn't it? Really, the Perfect Draft. Again, you got to spend over 50 quid, don't you, for free P&P?
Yeah.
So it's a case of buying 2 kegs, but you can get 10% off that. So what you save on the kegs, you're probably saving your postage. In all fairness,
I think you've just got to be a bit savvy with your purchases if you're doing things like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I think when it comes to ordering a keg of beer off Beerhawk or a torp from Beowulf, I know which one I'd go with because of the
yeah.
I mean, Beowulf, the fucking P&P on that is absolutely shocking.
Yeah, I think that full case shit it should be, if you spend over, for me, I think if it's over 50 quid, you get free P&P.
Well, there should be 2 tiers on P&P. If you want to go the whole hog and have free delivery, you buy 8.
Yeah.
Or there should be something where you get the delivery a little bit cheaper if you only want to buy 2 or 3.
Yeah, but if you're buying like, and this is where the 50 quid, it used to actually be 45 quid, I think. It's been a while since I've had a sub in it, but used to be £45, I think, and you got free delivery. Well, if you're buying 3 talks of Delirium,
yeah,
you're there, aren't you? And you're getting free delivery.
Yeah.
Or 3 talks of something more expensive. So, but I suppose it's easy for me to sit here and say, do this, do that. But
if you've got a Premier Inn on your doorstep, a Premier, sorry, the news agents, the corner shops, a lot of the bigger ones stock either the talks or the kegs, and they're about maybe a couple of quid more, but I don't mind paying that and not. If you just want to buy 1 keg or 1 talk, and
if you're doing that here and there,
that's not too bad. Really. You can live with that.
Yeah, for me, where I live, we don't have all that, so
yeah.
The easiest option then is Beerhawk, and like I've said, I said it even when you were thinking of getting one for Beerhawk. You've got to work it to your advantage. If you can afford to work it to your advantage, do it, because it really does bring the price down of stuff. And it's.
Well, I've just sent two empties back.
Yeah.
So the next, I'll probably get the Leffe Ritual. I'll get that again.
Yeah.
Because I like that. That's a decent drop that is on that system. Nice ABV and good Belgian stuff.
It's one of the best ones, I think. It's one of the best Leffes on there. Obviously, my views might change. Obviously, with the new machine when I get around to changing stuff.
But you've got the pleasure of setting it at a better bloody temperature for something like that. Oh. It would suit a higher temperature, the ritual, than 3 degrees.
Do you know what's really good as well? Because people might say, "Oh, I don't want 10 pints of the same beer," but now you've got the temp control. It's not just a case of going. You can say, "Right, I'll try it at 3 degrees," right? As the old one was, can you? You can then say, "I'll try it at 7. I'll try it at 10." I mean, theoretically, if you want to drown the fucking YouTube channel with the same old shit, you can. But as a personal note, as your personal view, you can actually, because you've got 10 pints in there, or 18 glasses, if you like, you can experience that beer at every temperature.
Yeah.
And again, that's a game changer for me.
You will find the sweet spot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But what I tend to do with beers that, I mean, really, on paper, that beer, the Leffe Ritual doesn't suit 3 degrees. I mean, that's fact, really. Yeah. So I'll pour it, have a little sip, just see how it is at 3 degrees, and it's all right. But it comes in. I just leave it on the side for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, let it warm up a little bit, and it comes into its own then.
For me though, when you're doing that, and I've said this to you before, and the beer's dying, isn't it?
It is,
in a sense.
Yeah.
So what the advantage of that is you've got
instant. You've got the instant.
The beer's not dying. You can drink it. You're drinking it while, if you like, it's sort of dying, rather than it being dead when you drink it. And
yeah,
you'll know I spoke to you years ago. I always championed this needs a temperature control to get the best out of the beers. And I'm so chuffed
years before they even thought about doing it.
Oh, yeah.
That. Yeah, that should have been from the offset, really. When they were playing about creating it, they should have put that in as to begin with. And it surprises me. They must have thought about some sort of temperature gauge in there, but maybe it wasn't cost effective. I don't know, but they've finally got around to doing it now. So
yeah, I'm kind of guessing probably when it first ever come out, which I think was about 2013, 2015, something like that. It was mostly a lager machine. So it's a commercial machine anyway. It was in cafes in Belgium and France and all this, that, and the other. So I'm kind of guessing it was more, a lager kind of machine. And lagers, I suppose, at 3 degrees is all right, isn't it? It's
all day long. I mean,
it's ideal. But I suppose they got so big.
Jupiler, mate. Jupilers go straight into that, or Lowenbrow, and it's great.
I had 5 Jupiler. Jupiler changes as well. I reviewed that 5 degrees.
I'd be comfortable with 3 degrees with Jupiler, any sort of lager for that matter. But when we're talking, dark Belgian beers like Ritual 9, that's just that's a 9-10 degree job of that is for me.
All day long. I'm going to let you take over for 2 minutes, Mon, because I need to go and see the vicar.
Yeah, go for it, mate. I'll reel off the spiel for the next one we're going to be doing then. So the next beer again, another Wild Horse beer that was kindly gifted to me by Barry, and it's a stout. It's the Devil's Appendix Export Stout, and this one is weighing in at 7.4% ABV. Devil's Appendix is a dark and roasty export stout brewed with a blend of crystal and roasted malts. And then it's got it in Welsh, the old Welsh language. Whatever. Again, nice artwork on that though. Good, as Danny would say, good Richter scale there at 7.4. Just sort of flirting with near enough imperial sort of strength.
I'm back. I do apologise, everyone. I apologise.
That's all right. I was just reading off the spiel on this one, mate. Next up.
Good man. Good man.
We'll open it up, eh?
Yep. I'll just have a quick go through again the comments. Try and catch up again. It's nice if you can do it because people watching. He washed the mini keg out with washing up liquid, rinse, then sterilised in solution, let it dry, fill it up, cans. Oh, with cans. Okay. Use a funnel, grey stoppers. All right then, good for a night. That's interesting. That might. Yeah. This man may well have given me another video to do. Actually, if nothing else, I can try it, and if it fails, I can. I can call it a loss, can't I? I got Lavazza coffee machine for nothing when I subbed to their monthly coffee thing. Philip should do the same. I would pay, say, 50 quid a month for keg and machine. I suppose. Apparently, by all accounts, now I can't say too much, or I don't want to say too much because I've done all the interviews with the new machine and that. But apparently, the machines actually they don't really make much money off them by all accounts.
Okay.
So, which doesn't sort of surprise me because I think it's like when you go into a restaurant, isn't it? Where do they make all their money? On the beer. And I think that's the same maybe with this, but I don't know. Because they've changed all the chilling system.
Yeah.
Some of the little things
I get that. I get that logic to it because like that chap was saying, you've got like coffee machines and stuff like that. They're open. They make the money from the repeat purchases from the actual coffee.
Yeah.
The pods or whatever you use.
Exactly. Yeah, I've got a Tassimo thing.
Yeah.
Now you can buy them for 354 quid for 8 or 16. I'll never buy 8 for 350. Fuck off. Taking the piss. I'll put my own coffee mate in it because I can buy a kilogram of it for £4.99. But if you go on their website, they're selling them for like £5 something for a pack. They're charging way more. That's why they can do the discounts, because they're basically taking the biscuit, really. John's up. Enjoyed your video at Stonehouse Brewery, Buzz. Still haven't been there. Definitely going. Yeah, you got to get down there. And I'm going to do a live because I was chatting to Shane, the owner. He was having a good chat with me, actually. So we're deciding what to do. I've said about doing a StreamYard thing and doing it live because I think live would be better. He would like to get me down there. Problem is, there'll be me, him, and his lad. Now, because I do everything on the phone, it's a small screen, isn't it? And I'm trying to do this, that, and the other. But he'd like me to actually go down there and do it face to face with him. And even wait until the busy parts ended, but still have the atmosphere in the background. Even maybe go into the brewery and do it. The brewery's part of it. But
that'd be cool, that would. Yeah.
We'll see what works better. But he's well up for it. And it's quite good because I turned up there and he shook me hand and everything. He remembered me from the tour. So I've obviously made a bit of an impression with him. Maybe not a good one, but I've made an impression. And we've got David Thompson. He's coming. Evening all. Hiya, David. Right. Are we going to get this one going, are we?
Yeah, I'm good to go, mate.
I'm going to get I've still got that little bit there, but no, don't worry. I'm going to get Black Cloak Brewing's brewery glass. They're out of land, don't they? And I'm going to do my older stout in there. So Dean's given you all the spiel.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Jet black.
Pouring it, it looks like it's got a decent body for me. Yeah, look at that. I can smell that from here, mate. I'm getting big coffee. Big coffee.
Massive black coffee in a galore. Yeah. Yeah, strong
2-finger
Americano sort of coffee.
Oh.
Yeah, I like that. I like the smell of that. That's inviting, that is. I mean, I've said before, beer and coffee, that's a quality combo, that is.
Yeah, well, it's all dark, isn't it? You get stout and you get, it's just
roasty. Yeah, roasty toastiness, dark fruits maybe in there, but yeah, predominantly a massive blast of
coffee,
strong coffee, yeah.
You got the dark fruit sort of just behind the coffee, I would say.
Yeah, lovely, mate, lovely. Cheers, buddy.
Rich, roasty. It smells fantastic. Should we go in, mate?
Yes.
Here we go. Cheers, pal. Oh, that is fucking lovely. That.
Oh yes. That's almost in a. I mean, it's probably the booze that's playing a part into it, but it's almost got a barrel aged sort of feel to it. Yeah.
That'll be the alcohol, wouldn't it? I think I get where you're coming from with that. That is, and you don't get the alcohol, do you? I don't think you get
just a little bit of warmth.
Yeah, a little bit of a. Wait, I'm over here.
That's nice. Lovely fruitiness in there, mixed up with some coffee.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of bitterness from that coffee bean.
Mm. It's a basic stout in a sense that you get the coffee, the roasted malt, a little bit of dark fruit and the bitterness. But my word, that is a bloody good basic stout, that is.
Yeah. I mean, as export stouts go, again, I think they hit the mark, because that can be a little bit hit and miss with export stouts. You've got, well, I mean, probably the most popular one that springs to mind is the Guinness one.
Guinness one, yeah.
Around about that sort of ABV in it, Guinness. It was what's that one? The export. Yeah. Foreign export. It's about 7 something, isn't it? It's got to be
7.5, I think.
Yeah.
This is 7.4. I think this has got a nicer body.
Oh yeah.
From what I remember, this feels a bit thicker.
There's a lot more richness to it on the body than something like the Guinness.
For me, when I done the KBS, I think it was. That's got a better body than the KBS that I had. For me.
Yeah.
I think that's got a bit of weight to it, that has, and the KBS was a little bit disappointing, I think, because that was 12%. So you'd expect a little bit more, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's lovely. That is. That is the spot.
Rich, roasty, malty, coffee, little bit of dark fruit for me in the background.
Dark fruit and a bit of dark chocolate in there, maybe into play, but it's all. I think it's all coffee forward.
Yeah, yeah. The coffee chocolate thing kind of blends together, doesn't it?
Very, very smooth though on the body, silky almost.
Yeah. Really smooth. That is decent. That is a decent drop.
Yeah, I think out of the two beers, I know which one I'd go to.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, I did enjoy the pills, but I think this is where we're at.
I think that was a £4 beer. That one, if I remember rightly. I think because I had to swap a couple of beers over. I think I said to you to try and get the variety.
Yeah.
So I think I swapped that with something that I'd already had, or something that might not be as good. So that was a straight swap. I think this one, again, not cheap, about £6. I think that was about £6. So not a cheap one.
No, I think in the grand scheme of things, that's the going rate in it for a 7.4% stout. I think I wouldn't be too disappointed with £6 price tag on what I'm getting from it. I mean, it cost me fuck all, but I mean, yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, like I said, I bought the case, so they've all come in realistically with what I bought and sent. They've come in at about £4 each, and free delivery. So I've saved myself £5-6 there, haven't I? Straight away. But that is a lovely drop.
I mean, yeah, it's just again another well-made beer, perfectly balanced. You've got different sort of segments of taste with it. You hit with the coffee first. It kind of lingers a little bit. The fruitiness all kicks in the middle. The back end, you've got that fruitiness, and then you've got that lingering bitterness from the coffee bean.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's a sipper though, isn't it? Even though I say you don't really get the alcohol,
just a little bit of warmth, really.
Yeah, it's got that feel of one you just want to sit down and put your feet up with. I know we say it a lot with like sort of like 11-12% beers, maybe not so much, but it's a comforting beer, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a nice.
You just
sit back in an armchair and stick a film on and just nurse it a little bit through. You know, you don't have to chug it.
It doesn't have that sessionable feel about it, does it? Which 7.5.
No, you go into. No.
But it's got, it goes to show you can have a nice sit down suppable beer with decent strength, but not 12%, doesn't it? You can have an end of evening drink that's 7%.
I've had a couple of beers in the past from this brewery, but like you, I mean, I'm very, very grateful that you sent me that mixed box to have a look at. It's nice to get a variety from a brewery that you haven't really dealt with before, just to get an idea of what they're at with different styles. So far, I've had a hybrid Pilsner and I've enjoyed it. I've had an IPA from a pale ale from them, and that's been really good. The stouts, so far so good, really. It's solid stuff, really. And
the double IPA was fantastic. I thought that was the one you've actually put up on it.
Yeah,
the Neon Highway. That was fucking that was as good as anything for me out there.
And I like to see more breweries doing that, where what I class a good all rounder. They can dabble with any sort of style and come up with the goods. Yeah, a lot of breweries get pigeonholed with, they're only good at doing lagers or they're only good at doing IPAs. I mean, Verdant, for example, straight away you say Verdant, you're thinking IPA straight away.
Yeah, again with Daya as well, really, isn't it?
Yeah, Daya, IPA kings. That they've sort of like not pigeonholed themselves with that style, but that's what people expect from them. even though they do dabble with stouts and lagers and stuff. But it's nice to see these guys have got a good mixed portfolio of range of styles. It's quality.
Yeah, the export stout it's just like a beefed up stout, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've
got more. I think you've got more of a fruity sort of vibe to it than your normal run of the mill stout, where it's all roasty toastiness, really.
Yeah. This you got sort of blackberry blueberry thing going on, I would say.
Yeah, winter berries almost.
Yeah. I don't do berries anyway, but
no,
it's probably the same thing as what you're saying, but I just say it a different way.
Yeah, dark fruits. We'll go with that. Yeah, dark fruits, black forest fruits.
Exactly, he's got it there, really. No, that's decent.
Yeah,
I'd say I'll try and get back to Llandudno, and if you can see the glass, Black Cloak Brewing, because they do a few collabs with Wild Dogs, so I wouldn't mind dabbling a few more into theirs. They didn't have much on there when I went there for a week the one time, and obviously I had to drive there because it's just out of thingy. So when I did go there, I had a pint of a table beer, which was like 2.9. That was decent though. That was decent. That was very decent. So yeah,
I mean, nice I know we're not like massive channels and stuff, and we haven't really got. Well, we've got no fucking clout or anything. Not that I'm suggesting that or anything, but it'd be lovely to link up with breweries and have some sort of like, where you can say, well, we're doing a live review of a couple of your beers. Is there any chance of maybe having a discount code for people that are tuning in to watch?
Maybe.
Just to push them a little bit more, and promote them, because that's what it is at the end of the day. We're banging on the drum for a brewery that are knocking out some good beers. That's how I see it.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I totally agree. Somebody messaged on one of my videos the other day actually and said, "Oh, you should do an affiliate link or something that we can give something back to you for doing the thing." And I was just like, "Well, I'm happy if you sub and watch or anything," but yeah, I did kind of look at it. I won't deny I didn't look at it after a couple of days and thought,
whether you're doing this shit or not, or you're just a beer enthusiast, you don't have to have the camera facing you to be a beer enthusiast. You're always curious, to see new beers that you haven't seen before and try and experiment, and you're constantly curious, aren't you? And you're looking for the next thing that you haven't noticed before. Whatever. So it's it's all it's all good, really. You try to be as positive as you can, don't you?
Yeah, for us, I mean, as reviewers, you want that, and what you hope when you do like these lives or put a video out is you hope that people have the same interest. I mean, obviously, not everyone's going to have the same interest, are they? No. It's because I said to you many times, didn't I? Again, with this brewery, a great brewery, but they're probably some of the worst video views that I get, and it's such a shame because they do good beers, and I'm not knocking anyone. I mean, it's up to you what you watch, isn't it? But it is a shame, you kind of look at yourself and you think, God, these are great beers. They should be getting more recognition than.
Well, I said to you, didn't I, on a when we were messaging each other, I said to you, if you start talking about craft beer in Wales, and automatically the first two that pop into your head is Tiny Rebel and Polly's.
Yeah.
And it's a shame because you've got guys like this in the background that are really making good beer. I mean, it is good beer.
They're probably making the beers that Tiny Rebel were making when they first started.
Yeah, and Tiny Rebel have completely lost track, haven't they? Really?
They've gone Brewdog to a certain extent, haven't they? Polly's are still making good beers. I had a sour of theirs yesterday, as it happens.
Yeah, Polly's
sour. Triple cherry. It was nice. I'll tell you what, I had a bit of I did speak to you before camera, and apparently I was not very good. But I don't think I was as bad as maybe it come across. But we went to Stonehouse. I'd done that double IPA review that was 7%. And then we went up to this place and I had a 5.5% pale ale from Salopia. And then I had a 9% sour from Vault City. And then I had an 11% sour from Polly's.
And he calls me a fucking animal.
and then we went to a restaurant, but I only had one in there. So I only had 5 beers all day. But
big boy beers, mate.
Yeah. Enough said after that. We'll leave it there now. But no, they were good. That sour wasn't actually that sour as well. The Polly's one, that 11% one.
Mm.
It didn't really sort of like crunch
very
me face up.
misunderstood, isn't it? That style, I think, sours. You know, automatically the name suggests you're going to have your cheeks pulled in and it's going to be fucking minging. But I quite like that style now. I think it's a nice alternative when the weather's decent and you don't want a lager.
Yeah.
Because they're very refreshing when you get into them. They're super refreshing, but I think a lot of people are put off by the actual wording of, you know, having sour on the label.
Yeah. Even the Vault City one that I had, and that was one of their bottles. I didn't even find that overly sour.
Yeah.
It was a passion fruit, coconut, and banana sour.
Completely different ball game, though, isn't it? When you compare like a modern craft sour to something like a Berliner Weiss, completely different.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I think they're going down the route of trying to please the public, aren't they now?
Yeah, it's a very fine line, isn't it? When you've got that style in a supermarket, it's got to be right on the middle, on it, of being very flavorful but not too sour. You know, you've got to smack bang in the middle with it.
Yeah, but doesn't it go to show, because I'm not a fan of sours. Now, some people, if they want a sour, they want it to be fucking mental, don't they?
Yeah.
Now, I don't have a sour palate, if you like. I'm not one. So the supermarket ones, there's a lot of grief going around about this, isn't it? That they may be too sweet and that. Now, I don't have a big sour sort of palate that can handle things, but I've enjoyed some of the sours I've had from the supermarkets. So
yeah,
doesn't it go to show that, you know?
Yeah.
You can't bang out big full-on sours and expect your Bob Jones from bloody Shrewsbury to enjoy it, because it is an acquired taste, and you do have to tone it down a bit. You do have to tone it down, and I drink sours and that, but you know, I kind of enjoy it now. I've had a few more, and I think if I had one that was mental, I would appreciate it. But would I go back to it? Probably not. But
I think
I do.
I think our mate Chris's beer reviews is a man for that, really, because I know it's one of his favourite styles.
He loves it to be fucking
sour. Yeah, cheap pullers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mission accomplished. If it can do that to him, then he's quite happy, and that's fair enough. You know, again, it's all preference, isn't it? You know, everybody's palates are different, and you gauge it to how you know. I like to think I like pretty much all the styles, really. I have got favourite styles, and that's weather dependent as well, really, with certain styles.
I don't care what anyone says. The weather changes what you want to drink, doesn't it?
Yeah, too right.
Without doubt,
you don't want an imperial stout in the height of summer. I mean,
exactly.
People out there that love it.
You don't want an ice cream in fucking on the 1st of December, do you? 1st of July when it's 30 degrees.
Yeah, all day long.
You'll eat ice cream all day long, won't you? But you don't.
I know you can drink. You can, and I know there are people out there that do drink styles all year round. You know, and the Americans, imperial stouts all year round. You know, they have some of the hottest sort of seasons, and they're quite happy chugging an imperial stout in the height of their American summer. Fair enough, but it's all back end of the year for me, all that stuff, really.
Yeah. I think over here, because I suppose America and it generally, I'm guessing, depending on who's drinking these stouts and where they are in the country, but over here we know, don't we? The weather's going to be shit, guaranteed, from sort of like November to March, don't you?
Mm.
And then it might be a little bit better up to June. If you're really
we're getting there, aren't we? We're getting there.
If you're really lucky, you've got June till August. It's going to be good. So you need to pick your times, doesn't it? But I suppose if you're stuck with like 25 degrees every day and sunny, it's a funny old thing.
It becomes the norm, doesn't it? I guess.
Yeah. I'm going to go through a few of these comments because they've caught up again. It's amazing. We got 13 watching, but the amount of comments is incredible. Still trying to find the one that I put up.
Yeah, you get on top of yourself with it, mate.
Here we go. Chris's beer reviews. Good evening, gents.
Good evening.
Evening, Chris. He's a lovely bloke, Chris. If you haven't subscribed to Chris, give him a sub. He just reached a 600 as well, so he's reached another another milestone. And there's not to be sniffed at. Not to be sniffed at all. We've all done it, but Brewdog make dubious beers, but amazing glasses. Three glasses.
Glass,
yeah. I'll tell you what, it's a shame, isn't it? Because they're never going to listen to the likes of fucking me or you, are they, Dean?
Well, our mate Scott hit the nail on the head on one of his. I don't know if it was his most recent Brewdog beer, but anyway, it was a Brewdog review that he did, and he said he always wants to go into the review wanting to like it. He's got that little bit of hope inside.
You have to, don't you?
And I do. I can relate to that because a lot of people, it was like their gateway sort of brewery. They got a lot of people sucked into all this craft beer malarkey, and now they seem to have completely distanced themselves from it, and they're all playing with the big balls now.
I think if you do what you said, try and go into it open-minded, you're getting a fairer review, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's very easy to be swayed. It really
they piss me off, but I've got a soft spot for them still in an odd sort of way. I shouldn't really, because some of the most recent lineup of beers have been absolutely appalling. But you just want to hope that the next release is going to be really good.
Yeah, they can do it. There's no doubt, but they clearly choose not to, don't they? That Puppet Master West Coast fucking IPA.
Yeah,
I didn't even fucking like it, and it was a West Coast. I should have hated it for the reason. Well, not hated it, but I should have disliked it for the reason that we said on this, because I'm not a fan of West Coast.
Yeah,
but I actually disliked it because it wasn't a West Coast. It was nothing.
It's like I mean, I've seen a couple of reviews of the Candy Kittens as well, and that's like dreadful, you know?
Jonathan Brown reviewed it, didn't he? I'm not buying any of that shit.
He went fucking balmy, didn't he? He did. Bless him.
He's funny. I watched a couple of his videos before, actually. He was half cut. He was half cutting them. He said, I've had too many now, he said. I do love JB. He's a star. Steve Higginbottom. Good evening, gents. Hope you're both well. Hope you're well, Steve.
Good evening.
Thanks for joining in. David Thompson went to Llandudno last year, couldn't find any breweries. I was with the family. Yes, you couldn't find them because you was with the family, mate. That was the problem. They kept you away from them. Gavin James. Evening, gents. I wonder how long it would take before supermarkets get PD kegs. I'll tell you what, it wouldn't surprise me. I think I've said this to you before about the supermarkets jumping on that bandwagon, you know.
I think if it was going to be any supermarket, it would have to be Tesco. You'd put your money on Tesco doing it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, Tesco's or Morrison's, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
one of them, because it'd
be nice. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't mind about that.
No. Especially if they done all like the £5 bloody keg returns, which I think if they actually stopped them, they would, wouldn't they? Because they got the potential to return pallets of kegs, haven't they?
They've got all the logistics in place to do that, so I don't see why not. But We can live in hope, can't we?
Keep your fingers crossed. See what happens.
It'd kill beer all though, wouldn't it?
Well, I don't know. It would it, because they're just
unless they only stopped like your Stellas and your Buds. You know what I mean? A bare bones sort of selection, maybe 2 or 3 max.
Yeah.
You know, not the full range. You never see like triple caramel in there, I don't think. Or
then again, would you have thought you'd see that in Tesco anyway in a bottle?
Well, yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
We don't run the businesses, do we? So I suppose they would have to look into it and see how viable it was. It's like any business, isn't it? You know, they're all there to make money. We all know that. We're here to make money. You know, you work for yourself. I work for myself. You've got to survive. If it's not viable, it's not going to happen, is it? But it'd be great if it did. Be great if it did.
True.
Kenny Joe said, "Evening, Chris. Enjoyed your video today." Chris has said,
"Oh, the Jubilee! He did the Jubilee beer, didn't he?"
Yeah. He actually quite enjoyed it. I don't think it's had a good reception, has it? Generally,
I've got a review of that in the bag, but I never. I never published it. Yeah, I reviewed it. I think I bought it a couple of weeks back, thinking, well, I'll hang on to it. I reviewed it, and I thought, well, I'm not going to release it yet because it's not Jubilee week or anything, and I forgot all about it. I thought it was safe. It was average. You know, it was a golden ale at the end of the day, with sovereign hops in. I think. I thought it was drinkable. Don't get me wrong, but it's not much scope really in a golden ale. It is what it is, you know.
Well, yeah. You have to take some styles, don't you? That's what they are, don't you?
Yeah.
You know, it's like with the bitters. You know, we have these craft breweries doing the bitters, as I said before, isn't it? You know, but if you change them, they're not bitters, are they?
No.
And they lose their feel of what you want from a beer.
It's that's a complicated fucking topic really, because you've got a craft brewery, say for argument's sake that they keep it true to the style, a basic best bitter, no bells and whistles. The price ain't going to be basic though, is it?
No, but I do think you can maybe ramp it up. It doesn't have to be ramped up changing it. You know, if a bitter or a stout has chocolate malts in it or something, ramp it up so you really get that sort of chocolate coffee kind of feel in it. Don't skimp and keep it basic. You know.
Yeah.
Don't
no,
put
I mean,
different hops in it.
Basic has been well done though. I mean, you know, like
yeah.
I mean, the Theakston bitter that I did, pretty basic, but delivered. I think for me, it was a nice drop. I've done the Theakstons one, then I did the Gypsy Hill best bitter, which was a little bit pale ale for me. And then I went back to an old school beer from Padstow Brewery in Cornwall, their best bitter in a bottle, absolutely A1. And then I went back to my final beer, which was from Brick Brewery out of London. They did a ESB.
Yeah.
It was the dearest out of the 4, but it was bloody nice. It was really good.
Yeah. And I do think it's like anything. Price is never irrelevant. I'm not going to, you know, sound like, oh, it doesn't matter how much you pay for it. But if what you get for that price, if it's good, it doesn't matter.
No.
And not just, you know, if you spend £6 on a beer, I mean, I would still say it's the going rate. It's a very decent beer. £6, I would say it's maybe overpriced a little bit, but they're a small brewery. You know, it's
I think you've got to. It's the going rate. I think. I don't think it is what it is, mate. At that price.
Yeah.
If you're that far down the rabbit hole with craft beer, I think that's reasonable, really.
Yeah.
You know, if you're coming into it, then you're going to think, fucking hell, £6 for 1 can. I can get 8 cans of John Smith for that price. You know, we're not talking
a world apart.
Yeah, world apart, and that's the difference. But if you, like I say, if you're further down that rabbit hole, then you get it, and you think, well, that's the price.
Yeah, yeah.
Pay it or you don't pay it. You know, I love it. I think it's
It's
good
a decent
export
beer.
stout.
Hey, before we get going, Dean, I picked this up today.
Oh, 89p.
It was 89p, yeah. 500
89p.
mil. So
Yeah.
you know what's coming up. You know.
Yeah.
You'll know what's coming up with that. So yeah, I was chuffing I saw that. It was like,
Yeah. Not
today, I think it was yesterday, actually. Yeah.
We were chatting about old school beers, weren't we? About Mackeson's Stout and stuff like that.
Oh, I got to get that. I got to get that.
Yeah.
Old school.
Just get a big glass and just pour 2 cans in it, mate, and be done with it.
That's the way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I got me dimple glasses, isn't I? So
yeah.
I got given one the other day, actually. Customer said to me, he said, "Oh, it's the same one that gave me 20 quid tip that I went to go and buy all them tooth holes." He said, "Oh, I got this in the cupboard." Yeah, I got 2 of them now.
Underrated, mate. Well, I've got the pint one, and then I've got me little Lowenbrow one, which I thought was unusual for a dimple with a Lowenbrow.
All right.
That off pint glass, that is.
Yeah,
I use it now and then.
I used my half pint one the other day, I think when I've done a review.
My old snacks have had a batter, and I've only got 2 packets left.
You have to get down to B&M, mate.
I've got peanuts this side. Got a row of peanuts this side.
Good man. I had when
we come in here, we spend a lot of time in here as a family, though. You know, we'll sit down at the table and we'll game of pool.
Yeah, well, that's it. You got the pool table. I'll tell you what. I bet on a summer's evening, I bet if you got a barbecue going outside, you can all sit in there and.
It's literally. I open the door to me shed, and the barbecue's just literally outside. So I'll have the door open, have the grill on, and yeah,
I bet that's heaven,
to be honest. I love it. I love it when the weather's nice.
I bet that is heaven.
Yeah.
And again, that's the reason we want our bloody that big table thing. You know, don't get me wrong. I built all the chairs and shit, and I think I've probably sent you pictures. This, that, and the other, or they're on my Facebook. But to have something that is going to last, and I was going to buy a big expensive cover, because if you're spending that much, you might as well fucking spend a bit more, wouldn't you?
Yeah, get the old lot.
You know, get that outside.
You did your bar as well, didn't you? You've got an outside bar.
Yeah, a little bar there. Yeah, that'll still stay there. I think I don't really use it. I did start off with, but now I've got the machines. I think what I would do is just, rather than have all the glasses behind the bar, I'll just have them run the extension lead.
Yeah,
and have the machines on the bar. And if you want to drink, help yourself.
Yeah, why not?
Nice big table, and just, you know, what else do you live for, mate? Hey, what else do you live for?
Have some good times, mate. Have some good times.
Yeah, and hopefully the plants are going to grow over the pergola. Because we got like clematis things growing, so they're sort of like at the top, and they're starting to sort of like grow over. So that'll be a shaded area. Yeah, and they're all flowering as well. They're flowering now, like, but yeah, it's what you want, isn't it? Like an old fart, like.
No, mate, there's nothing wrong with that. 50, mate. Nothing wrong with that.
59, I am. Well, I'm actually about 50, but coming on 59.
I'm getting into gardening. I am big time. I've got a vegetable patch down the bottom of the garden. I've got 3 raised beds with veg in. I've got my plant pots everywhere, and yeah, I love it. I love going to a garden centre and just getting bits and bats just to put in. It's lovely.
Showing our age, mate. I mean, I don't know how many people who are watching it.
There comes a point in your life, mate, where you get satisfaction from simple little things like that.
Yeah.
And if it works, fuck it. You know.
A nice cup of tea. I don't care if it costs me £4. I want a cup of tea.
Cup of tea, yeah. Yorkshire tea.
That's Yorkshire tea. I'll go through some of these comments again. I'll try and catch up a bit. Gavin James, Barry, you need to try Grey Trees Brewery. from Appendix, South Wales, a small microbrewery. South Wales is quite away from me, believe it or not.
Yeah, you're more north
Going down to Cardiff and that, you're talking about 200, 150, 200 miles, you are, somewhere like that.
Oh, yeah.
It's quite a journey. Yeah, honestly, yeah, you wouldn't think so, would you? It's a long old journey from north to south.
It's probably closer to me than South Wales.
Yeah. Because years ago, a friend of mine, I'm from Surrey, and they said they went to see a thing in Cardiff, and they said, "Oh, you can just pop and see us." It was actually closer for them to go from Surrey to Cardiff than it was for us to go fucking down to Cardiff.
Mad.
Which is mental. You wouldn't think that, would you? You wouldn't think that. Nice looking stout. I'm busy in the kitchen of dreams making a wee. Ah, good man, Danny. He's a good man.
Top man.
I love Danny. He's a great lad. Agree, Gary. I agree. Grey Trees is a cracking brewery. Their Afghan Pale Ale is belting. Well, they are then. They're saying I need to maybe dabble in, isn't it? Gavin said, yes, mate. Kevin Parton, good evening all. Thank you, Kevin, for coming in. Hopefully you're still there. I do apologise because, you know. Pollies are okay. Some of their pale ales taste the same. I think pale ales and IPAs, they all end up.
Well, it's that, we've said before, haven't we, that New England trap.
Yeah. They release so many, and for me, taste can be so subtle between a beer, between actually loving it and thinking, oh, it's another beer.
If you don't, if you're back to back in something like a New England IPA, then it just becomes all the same. It's you know, two cheeks from the same arse sort of thing. I think you've got
the same arse.
You've got to space them out, haven't you? Well, it just becomes a fucking pain.
Oh, that's fucking brilliant. Two chicks from the same one. Rask goes in. Rask Disco beer reviews. Evening, gents. Happy damn Saturday night. Cheers, Disco. I will sort out that video, mate. Me and Disco are going to do a live. Yeah, we're going to have a bit of a weekly thing. So hopefully, you know, people are tuning in. Just a bit of fun. I'm no expert. He's no expert. But yeah, we'll have a go, and it might be a bit of fun to watch. You can sit and have a beer.
If you can hit the board, you've done all right.
Well, if I can hit the board after 5 legs, I'll be all right, won't I?
Yeah.
Beer Fan TV. All right, lads. How are you, pal? He's another one. He does a lot of PD stuff. So maybe check that lad out. He's an Arsenal fan. But
I blame this man for getting me into it. Bastard.
What man? What man? I know, yeah, I did get you into it. I was a bit worried, actually, because there was a few sort of interested in it. And you're all doing craft beer stuff. I was a little bit scared of recommending it.
Yeah, I ain't looked back. Enjoyed it. It's been good.
Yeah. You got to accept it for what it is, isn't it? Yeah. It's never going to be craft beer as such, is it? Although there is that coming into it. But
I mean, some of them are bloody classics. I mean, we both did the live of the La Trappe Blonde. Yeah. Bloody Belgian beer. Absolutely Belgian.
You need to get that again as well.
Yeah, it's back in stock again now, isn't it?
Put it back on the bloody thingy.
Yeah, that's a really, if you strongly recommend you getting a keg of that. If you
I've got a link actually, Dean, for the discount if you want to trade your machine in. So I'll send that to you after or something.
Okay.
Somebody put it up. So if you are interested, or I think you'd appreciate it. Actually, I really do.
If the price is right.
Well, what they were offering was it was $385 for the machine, 20% off. So you get nearly 70 quid off. So it's coming in at about $310, isn't it?
Okay.
But then 150 for your machine. So it's going to cost you about 160.
And what are these to buy new?
What, the PDs?
The old ones, the Mark 1s.
Well, they've been banging them out at about, well, if you buy a bundle, they've been knocking 70 quid off. So they're still coming in at about 200 quid.
And you can get the new one for what? What did you say? 170.
About 160, 170, yeah. With the trade in that.
It's not bad, really, is it?
I got some inside information, so I would say if you're thinking of getting rid of it, that's maybe.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say too much because I'm sworn to secrecy on this because I've been told not to say now. I think I've told you maybe in the past.
That price sounds appealing. Put it this way, we'll leave it at that. Yeah.
Yeah.
If that's what you say it is, that's pretty appealing.
You know, so I sent it to my father-in-law.
I don't know what my missus would say though, because she bought me this for Christmas.
Yeah, I kind of get that, but it's not just for the machine, is it? It's not just for the machine, is it? It's well worth it. Funny enough, Dean, I'll say to you now, being as we're on the chat, I joined the beta thing, didn't I? I ordered it, and I think it was £3.29. Yeah, I used 15 quid beer tokens. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think in return, I've had £227 worth of beer tokens from all my interviews and shit. So the actual machine has cost me £36, I think it is.
Yeah, you can't argue with that then, can you?
And I'm certain I've gained that on what I've had from views. So it's cost me nothing.
Yeah, I think you can safely say you're up on that score, Baz.
Yeah. And they sent us a new one out. I don't know if you've seen my videos, but the beta machine, they were asking all the people that bought one to return it because it'll be obsolete.
Right.
Because they got new programs and that. So what they're doing is collecting it, but what they've done with all the beta owners is send them the new model or the so-called upgraded model for free.
It's not bad,
so we still paid for it in a sense.
Yeah.
But
yeah. That's not too bad.
So yeah, I spent about 30 quid on the new machine. And they said you can
aren't you? When it comes to beer machines, you're the man.
Oh well, again, as you know, I had them years ago, didn't I? I had them before this.
Before you even decided to start a YouTube channel, you had them machines. So you know that's why I always say you're the first port of call for anybody in the beer world. I think Baz is your man when it comes to any sort of beer machine. He's your man.
You're too kind. You're too kind.
No, you are, mate. You are. You deserve it as well. You deserve it.
Thank you very much. Lads, if you get an offer of anything, go for it. Yeah, well, I suppose, yeah. You know,
it's like anything, though, isn't it? If you see a bargain, then your ears prick up and you think, well, let's have a look. You know, see, you know, if you want it, you'll have it, won't you?
Yeah.
Like anything, if the price is right, you'll have it.
Yeah, I mean, everything comes down to everyone's personal situations, doesn't it? You know.
Yeah.
You know, I'm lucky how life is at the moment. A few years ago, life wasn't fucking easy. You know, and it's, you do what you do, don't you? Yeah. You do what you do. You get out of it what you can. At the end of the day, me and you would still be drinking beer whether we have a channel or not, wouldn't we?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll always have that affiliation with good beer now. Always will.
Yeah.
And even before I even started, I mean, I started this in 2016. I was intrigued to try in different beers from all over the world, whether it be a bloody lager from Nigeria or whatever. Yeah. It was just that having something different to try. I haven't had that before. I want to try it. And it was the same when we were going abroad and, you know, going to places like the Canary Islands in Spain and seeing beers that I haven't heard of before. And it's just the intrigue of trying something that you haven't seen before. Yeah. And it follows on with doing this.
You kind of get into a bit of a, I've got to, don't I? Not well, you want to do it for the channel, but what it's like anything, isn't it? If you get into something, you do it because you want to. It's not all about getting anything out of it, but if you can, that's great.
That's all bloody all the financial rewards from it. And I mean, we're not talking fucking mega bucks.
Oh,
it helps to pay for a few beers, put it this way.
Yeah,
that's all in the background. You know, the first sort of thing is showcasing the beer, whether it's a 10 a penny jobber or something that's a little bit rare and a bit hard to get hold of. My logic is, if I can get it, then anybody can get it, you know.
Yeah. We don't me and you have chatted about the money thing, you know. It's like you said, if anyone's thinking, oh God, you know, Dean said, oh, he's not earning shitloads and that. Dean spoke to me. Dean still has to work, same as I have to work. Dean's earning more than me from what we chatted.
I wouldn't want to do this. I wouldn't want to do this shit anyway full time. It'd do my head in, mate.
God, I don't think you could you?
I've got it. I mean, I don't know about you, but my channel, I've got it at arm's length now.
Yeah.
Where it's, I try and make it a hobby. I don't want to be too obsessed with it.
I think I'm still. I wouldn't say
you still got that fire in your belly still with it though, haven't you? Because
I
mean, your channel's doing really well.
I know.
Still new, aren't you?
I can't drink fucking. You know, I've been doing it for 2 years now. I've drunk so much beer, it's unreal, and it does wear off. You know, I cancelled that one I said to you, didn't I? That last live.
Yeah.
I need a break off it. I had a day off. My missus had gone away. I think I actually drank less beer when my missus went away than when she's in here. Now you can make of that what you like, but
it's mood orientated though, isn't it? Sometimes with beers, you know, you've got to be in the mood to want it and not do it for the sake of doing it, you know.
I think I've done lots of reviews. I've said to you that I've scrapped because I just wasn't. You feel you need to do it, but then you kind of look at the video, or I have, and you think, oh, I ain't putting that out. That shit.
Yeah.
And that goes to show it's not all fucking sit there and let's just get pissed, is it? I mean, depends on who you are. You know, if you can do it, you can do it. But you know, it's I do it because I enjoy it.
I think if you did this full time, you'd go downhill. Your health would go downhill quite fucking rapid. I think
I couldn't do it full time. I really couldn't. I've said that to me, I couldn't do this.
Just referring to the comment on the screen, mate, from Lee J about cheap and cheerful beers out of Morrison's for £1 a bottle. You know, Banks's Golden Ale and Witchwood Dry Neck. I mean, at the end of the day, they're not the best beers in the world, but for £1, you can't argue, can you?
For me, if you're doing this chat, you know, you're doing your channel. You know, it's not about snobbery. It's not about, oh, I can fucking spend £6 every day on a beer. It's not about that. It is about trying different beers, and not everyone can afford more expensive beers. You know.
Yeah.
Not only that, why not go out and say, oh, fuck it, I got a £5 in my pocket, I'll buy 4 beers. You know, if you can do that, that is unreal, isn't it? Really. You know, as I said, the man's 89p behind me. I got Banks's Mile to go with it. That was less than £1.
Yeah.
So it's cost me about, I don't know, 170, 180 for a brown and mild in 2022.
You can't knock it. If you've got that open mind of trying everything, which I mean, I think me and you pretty much think off the same hymn sheet with that. We're quite open to, and we respect the old beers as well. Still, I think.
Yeah.
Even though we like the new stuff, we've still got time for the old beers.
Yeah.
And if you've got that open mind and a broader spectrum of the beer around, it's not too bad. But if you tunnel vision on just craft beer, it gets bloody expensive. It's a dear old hobby, that is.
Not only that, but it gets boring, doesn't it? We've said that before.
Well,
it's all
yeah,
talk.
it's Groundhog Day, isn't it? With the same sort of notes, you know. There's only so much you can say about a beer, isn't there? Really, you know.
It's hoppy. You know, if you look at craft beer, isn't it? What's it going to be? It's going to be hoppy, tropical,
juicy.
Yeah. More often than not, you're going to pick out mango, grapefruit,
orange, pineapple.
Yeah,
always the same. Yeah.
Unless you can define it down to fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
you know, I got a bit of kiwi in that. I've never.
You've got to be a proper bloody professional, though, aren't you, to start pulling out?
Yeah.
Little
who wants to see that every day? You don't, do you? You know.
No.
I love my missus, but I don't want to hear her every day. We can all say that, can't we? I'll go through with a few comments as well.
Yeah.
Kevin Parton, Gavin R, local to Aberdare. Salty popcorn, evening, guys. He's probably gone now because it's probably been a while. He keeps going on about doing some spicy videos.
I think I've been to Aberdare. I'm sure I've delivered to Aberdare in the past.
You probably have, mate. You probably have. Travel and Brews, nothing like a double Friday.
Hey.
I don't know about that one. Whether he's just taking the piss out of me getting the days wrong, I don't know. Also, Grey Trees Brewery are amazing. Okay, yeah. We've heard a few good comments, so maybe I'm going to have to.
Yeah, you might have to look into that, mate.
John said, "Are you Liam?" Travel and Brews, Liam. What is the best beer on PD, and what would your PD dream style be? Go on then, Dean. I'll let you go first.
If we're having this conversation in the height of UK summer, then I'd probably either say Jupiler or Lowenbrow. Back end of the year, I do love a bit of quack.
Yeah.
Love a bit of quack.
Keg of quack.
Keg of quack.
Okay.
Put you on your arse in no time. I mean, probably Barry. Oh, well, Barry's had hell of a lot more than me, really. Leffe Ritual, anything dark, really, back end. But I think, yeah, summertime, Jupiler or Lowenbrow for me. I'm quite happy with them.
For me,
pretty well priced kegs, aren't they, as well?
Yeah. I mean, again, new machine changes, doesn't it? Changes everything.
Changes everything. Yeah.
Pineapple Express in the summer is absolutely banging. I've only had one keg of it, and it was fantastic. It was a lovely IPA with a lovely pineapple taste to it, and it just suited the summer. But again, you know, you're not always in an IPA mood, are you?
No.
You know, lager-wise, Spartan, Hasseröder, lovely beers. Left Royal. You need to get that thing. You need to get Left Royal.
Which is the one that I had then? Was that the Cascade, was it, that I had?
Not Left Royal, no. Sorry. Frankie Royal, not Left Royal. I do apologise.
Oh, yeah.
Frankie Royal, you need to get. That's out in October, I think. I'll tell you what, if you can get 100 quid put by to buy 3 kegs of that, order it. Seriously, it makes a normal Frank Skinner look like dog shit. That's how good it is.
Yeah, wow.
That is how good it is, honestly. It's a different beer.
I mean, the Franzis scanner on this, it probably gets a bit of stick as a Vice beer goes, but on here, I think it's pretty decent, really.
Yeah,
you know, it
ticks
all the boxes, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does what it does.
Yeah.
But that Royal, that Frankie Royal, oh my God.
Next level shit.
Yeah, it's dearer. It's about 4 or 5 quid difference in a keg. It's 6%, but my God. And I don't want to say too much, but there's a certain beer reviewer out there, probably the biggest one that we know of, that thought it was outstanding. Whether you want to trust his reviews or not, but I couldn't disagree with him.
Well, fair enough. I'll probably take your word for it, mate.
Oh, it's fantastic, and I haven't had it for a long. I've had it at the father-in-law's, but I haven't actually ordered it for a long time because I've been doing all my reviews, so I've never actually got round to it. But I think this year, come October, I'll just be ordering 3 kegs of it, and just be an order of 3 kegs to have it there. Beautiful beer, absolutely stunning.
You might have sold it to me, mate.
Oh, honestly, mate, I'll tell you what, if you don't like that, you're mental. Travel and Brews is saying hi. Craig H, evening gents. How are you, Craig? Apologies if we've got behind. Totally agree. YouTube full time, but yeah, you can't do it. Can you? You know,
it'd be a nightmare having to. I mean,
to get up and think you have to.
Yeah, you have to
eat something.
You'd have to think about it more, wouldn't you, and everything.
Yeah.
And it's just I don't know. I think it takes the fun out of it a little bit. Whereas if you can keep it at arm's length and keep it as a hobby that you enjoy, then I think you get a little bit of self-reward from it as well. But if you're doing it as a job, I think I don't know. It doesn't sit well with me.
I know for me personally, you know, I'd like to think I'm not too bad, but I can't say I don't get drawn into it at times, and I need to try and take a step back. You know, it's easily done, isn't it? I guess.
Yeah, I've been there as well. When you're getting that momentum of hype and stuff like that, and the need.
Comments, people watching.
Yeah, it's all a bit sort of overwhelming sometimes.
Yeah,
I think it still is to a certain degree as well. But I don't know. Me personally, I think I just took my foot off the gas a little bit and just you know let it do its own thing.
I think if you're good, and you are, we've said many times, Dean, I know you don't want me to say it again, but I think you're one of the best out there for me. And Scott said the same as well.
Well, I appreciate it.
I know you.
Again,
I know you.
Again,
I'm quite embarrassed, but it is. But for people watching, you get in there, you get out, and you fuck off, and you do what fucking the likes of me.
I want to enjoy the beer for myself. I don't want to stand in front of the camera and bloody, you know.
Neither do I, but I can't do it. I can't do it.
I just want to, you know, say what I've got to say, turn it off, and then drink the rest of it at my own leisure. And I've always thought like that. I've paid for that.
You've got it down to a T.
Well,
you know, Chris is the same. Me and Chris are both sing off the same hymn sheet. We can't do it. We can't do what you do. And I think if you're good, ultimately, that's the thing. If people enjoy what you're saying, and you do, I don't care what you say, people believe you, don't they? They believe you. I believe you. Chris said he could drink a glass of shit, and if he said it was good, you'd fucking drink it as well.
I only say what I feel when I'm drinking it. That's all I can do. I can't. I don't run with no scripts or anything like that because I think that spoils it. I say what I see, don't I? I just and I'm a bit like that in life, you know.
You do it well though, mate. You do it really well, and you deserve everything you have. You know, I have the utmost respect for you as a beer reviewer. I think you're fucking
likewise. Because I think
God knows why.
You
can't be respecting me.
No. You've on paper, mate. You've achieved a damn sight more than I have in my. I've been doing it a hell of a lot longer than you, and you definitely achieved a hell of a lot more in a shorter space of time, and that speaks volumes.
It's a different world.
Numbers don't lie, mate. Numbers don't lie.
It's a different world, though, isn't it? You know, I've always said, like with you and John, I've said before, feel a bit of a fraud. I'm not. I know that, and I'm not a fraud because I had the machines and that. But I joined at a time, I suppose, where it was luck, wasn't it?
I think you got in at a good time. I think
I literally come in probably 2-3 months before
lockdown.
Well, it was literally, it was lockdown. It was 31st of March it was.
Yeah.
But I think I got in 2-3 months before everything sort of like, everyone sort of like jumped on the bandwagon. I think I was lucky, that's all. But the likes of you and John and others, probably Craig and all that lot, when there was just beers to review, you've earned your fucking medals from
Yeah.
not from gimmicks, if you like, from what I've
Yeah,
got.
no,
You can call them a gimmick, but you know.
I've enjoyed it. I've had some excellent times. I've got some good memories from doing it. I've had some very nervous memories as well. But I think that's just normal, you know. That's natural instinct, really, to get a little bit nervous sometimes on certain things. But the majority of it, it's been a bit of a blast. It has been a blast. I've got to try some beers that I'd never even thought about, never even heard of. Met some nice people along the way. I met some not so nice people along the way, but yeah, it's all in all,
that's
really.
Life. That's life, isn't it?
I'm quite chuffed. Yeah, I am quite chuffed. Yeah. Obviously, got to meet the likes of you through it, you know, and like to think I gave you a little bit of encouragement along the way to sort of push you in front of the camera and say, go for it.
Again, you and Scott. I'll always be grateful for you and Scott for that, you know. I've had lots of help on the way, and but yeah, I remember sending that video to you years ago.
Yes,
2 years ago or 2.5.
I think
I was nervous.
You sent it to Scott first, and then you sent it to me, and I think we both replied back, "Go for it."
Yeah. What my point is with that video is like that was my first ever kind of video, and you said you get nervous. Was it only nervous from your early days, or do you still get nervous now?
Sometimes, more so this sort of stuff as well, because I don't tend to do a lot of live stuff on my channel anymore. Yeah. I think probably the last
but
live
ignoring the chat we had before we went live.
Yeah.
And that could be where some of your nerves are from. But ignoring that, does it still bother you getting in front of a camera?
Not doing a beer review, no.
No. Or even coming on here, as in
that's normal. On, thanks for joining me. Blah blah blah. You know.
Yeah.
That I just get into that slipstream straight away.
Yeah.
Because I've done it for so long. It's this sort of stuff sometimes that can upset the apple cart.
Which amazes me. Amazes me really, because I come online with you again with JB. JB doesn't do much.
No.
When I come on live with you, I wouldn't say I know you anyway. I've chatted to you.
Yeah.
We always chat, and I've never met John and what have you, but I'm still kind of a little bit in awe, not big time in awe of you, like we said about Blue Van Man when we met him. But
I was like, okay, now.
But there's still that little bit. I still look up to you in the sense that I think you're still the man. You still do. Even though there's still that, we still have that friend relationship that I would never get nervous if I'm just sitting here talking to you. But there's still that.
I mean, it was a bit. I mean, the very first time we met, we both met each other the very first time. Barry was at a trade fair in Coventry, and we decided to meet up together at Beer Gonzo and have a beer. And that was a bit weird to begin with, but after the first 5 minutes of introductions, we were all right, weren't we? We both had a wander around Beer Gonzo, looked at what was on offer. We went to the tap room, sat down and had a beer together, and it was normal then, but it was weird to begin with because you're so used to seeing someone through a lens, and then when you're face to face, it's a bit sort of like, whoa, hang on a minute, you're a real person, so you know what I mean? It's
weird. Which is odd for me because I felt the same the other way really, but I would still say, even when I met you at Scott's wedding, when I come out that pub and you and Gemma were there, it's still, although I knew you, again, it still felt like meeting you for the first time in a funny sense.
It's a weird one.
Mental,
it's a weird one.
It was a pleasure, mate, honestly.
But I didn't feel uncomfortable, put it this way. So it felt right, you know what I mean? I didn't feel uncomfortable. And it's the same with meeting Scott as well for the first time at his wedding, and Scott and Wanda. You know,
he was still a cunt to me, but you know, he was Scott. He was still Scott. That was the thing. There was no uncomfortableness.
It was great. It was nice to actually see somebody for real, you know, and not in front of a camera. It's a weird scenario, but loved it. Yeah.
We'll have to do the thing sometime. I know we keep saying we'll have to try and meet up, but it'll be weird coming to your place, maybe.
Yeah.
And sitting in that shed that I'm watching.
Yeah.
And even maybe you coming in.
I can whip your arse at Paul, can't I? So, you know.
You can have the beer reviews. You ain't beating me at pool, mate. Trust me. I'm shy, but there's no way you're having that
out.
I'll get the fucking dartboard out. I'll bring that down.
Well, I've got a dartboard, but it won't live up to your thingy because it's one of them electronic ones.
You can cheat there. Well, no, you can't really, can you? Can't really cheat there. But no, it was a pleasure meeting you. It's a pleasure meeting Scott. It was a pleasure meeting Chris as well. It was really mental.
It was a fantastic day in every sort of level, really. You know, the weather was on our side as well, which is a big yes, isn't it? You know, with that.
Yeah.
You know, it was perfect. It was perfect. A perfect day in every sort of aspect.
Yeah, it was lovely to meet everyone there. Lovely to meet Gemma as well. You know, we spent most of the afternoon together, didn't we?
We did, yeah. We did, and, yeah. It was
good. It was cracking, and it's always good when the missus gets on with.
Yeah, they have a little
not
bit.
Not necessarily me, but she got on with Dan.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
You probably left there going, "Oh, fucking hell,
well," and it was. I won't forget that day in a long while. I'll put it this way.
Yeah,
good memories. Good memories from that day.
Yeah, long bloody journey though for me.
Yeah, I know you were moaning about putting the fucking fuel in your motor.
Oh my god, it was an expensive weekend, but again, like you say, expensive. But what you work for? You work for memories. You work for things you like.
Yeah, it was worth every penny really, from the travel costs and the hotel and stuff like that. It doesn't mean anything.
It goes out the window, doesn't it?
The memories and the moments that you got to experience, I think that's important. And
yeah,
I wouldn't change it for the bloody world. That was a good bloody day. That was. I need a Jimmy Riddle, mate.
So do I, mate. Can you hold on for 2 seconds?
Well, put another comment up then.
Hang on.
Fucking hell. Who's got the weakest bladder, eh? Fucking hell. Beer. Let's have a beer. I have noticed as well with the Francis scanner on this, it's a little bit lively when on the pour, but it does tend to level itself off.
Sorry, Dean. Eventually. I'm literally right next door to the toilet. That's what I said, and I'm desperate.
I've just poured myself a Frank Skinner, mate.
Hey, look at that. You want a good
right? I'll go for a Jimmy Riddle.
Yeah, I'll go through the comments. George Anderson, hi everyone. Thank you, mate. If you are still watching, do apologise. We can't keep up with the comments all the time. Liam, Travel and Brews, a quack man, love it. Yeah, it's a great beer. And I tell you what, I think I had the Perfect Draft Pro actually at the time when I'd done the live with Dean. So I think I had mine at that warmer temperature. Dean had quite a few that day, it's got to be said. I think Dean drunk. I think we was live for about 2 hours, I think. and he had about 5 glasses of quack, which I don't think officially, like the proper quack sort of glasses, were about 330, but I think Dean was getting about a pint in his glasses. To be fair, he's a good lad. He's a cracking lad, Dean. And again, as we always say, if you haven't fucking subscribed to him, sub to him, because he's great. Kevin Parton, Love Pineapple Express Tiny Rebel are local to you. Yeah, I do. I tried that in a can once when they had it in Tesco's at £3 a can. Really enjoyed it. When it come out on PD, I thought it was fantastic. I took it to the father-in-law's, and he's more into his Belgium German stuff. But I took that there, and he drank that and said, "My God, this is bloody lovely. This is proper summer beer." Yeah, it's a little bit more expensive, but again, like you say, if you got a decent beer, it don't matter, does it? You know, if it's decent, cost is almost irrelevant. John 78, they brewed Lowenbrow at the old Wrexham lager plant back in the 1980s. Yeah, I think you have mentioned that, actually, John. I think you have mentioned that. Chris's beer reviews here. There's one for you. Dean is the best. How he gets under. I know. Chris knows. Chris is the man. He knows. Me and Chris sit and discuss how we're so fucking shit we can't do a decent review in 5 minutes.
Yeah, but when you think about it, if you're thinking like YouTube sort of thought, YouTube like longer videos, don't they? So I'm not hitting their benchmark. They're like 9. Well, I think it's over 8 minutes long videos.
I don't know.
That's like the sweet spot for the algorithm that YouTube sort of like. I don't meet that. But I'm not fucking standing in front of a camera for 9 minutes. I'm not doing it.
But saying that, I can tell you now how many people sit in front of my camera, watch my videos for 9 minutes. They don't, mate. If you're getting all, you know, if your videos are 5 minutes and people are watching 4, for me, that's more success.
Yeah, probably. I've never really looked into any of that.
No, I don't. I talk as I do, and it comes out, and it's what it is. Look at that. That looks belting.
Fucking lovely stuff it is. Absolutely lovely. Is that banana milkshake?
You get, yeah. Well, I'm telling you, you get that Frankie Royal, double what you're getting off that.
Whoa. And
it's darker. It's a darker Weizen. It's like a real sort of like brown Weizen.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. It's been a cracking drop, it has.
It's one of the cheapest kegs.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying I got that from Amazon, £31.50, but I've had some really good moments with it when we've had some nice hot spells. I've managed to light the barbecue up.
Yeah.
And I've had a couple of pints of that as I've just been flipping burgers. I've been in my element.
Burger Dean. Travel and Brews, genuine reviewers, both of you. Very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you. He's a nice lad, Liam, as well. He's very big on the pinter stuff, isn't he? And he does a lot of going out and doing beer reviews. So check Liam out. He is genuinely a lovely lad as well. Thomas is back. Okay, I'm back.
Hey, we're still here, mate.
This man's doing his belly dancing. Fucking hell. I wouldn't fit my belly on the screen, Thomas, I tell you. Dean's to blame for Baz making videos, yes.
Yeah.
Dean's fault. Dean and Scott.
Well, partly anyway. I won't take full responsibility because
no, I can't blame you.
Scotty can shoulder that as well.
You could have said no. Funny, if he'd actually said no, it was shit, I probably wouldn't have bothered. Isn't it weird, isn't it?
No, I mean, at that time, I still am a little bit. I'm all for people doing stuff like this because I think it can be quite healthy for you as well to a certain level, like confidence wise. You know, it can build you up a little bit and make you feel like you've achieved a little bit. You know.
Yeah. I don't think if you both sort of said, I'm not going to say if you'd both sort of said, "Oh, you shit," because there is a limit to constructive criticism, isn't there? But I think if you'd actually come out and said, "Oh, hang on, I don't think you're really up to it," and this, that, and the other, I don't think it would have.
You were though.
I don't think it would have bothered me. But
that would be a complete pack of lies. If I was to say to you, "No, that video is rubbish, Baz, scrap it," that'd be a pack of lies, and because it wasn't rubbish.
Well, it's up, isn't it? It's up. That's my.
What I said to you
is the very first video.
You made in video, and I thought you held it quite well, to be honest with you. I mean, I can't quite recall it off the top of my head, but from memories of it, I think you did a pretty good job, mate, considering that was your first ever video.
Vex, it was. You see, that's the first one. That exact video that I sent you was the one that went up on YouTube, which is bonkers. Because I wouldn't say I've gone back and looked at it, but when I've done adjustments to videos and that, I've done like changing the titles and shit.
Yeah.
I see it, and you sort of like get the thumbnail, because I've never done thumbnails then, because I didn't know how to, and I kind of see that little picture, and you kind of think, "Look at how you look nervous." It's really mad.
Yeah, but you ain't looked back now, though, have you? Though.
No, but it's nice memories. It's nice. It's
everyone's got to start somewhere.
I think you've got to look at yourself sometimes and laugh, have a little chuckle, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But then you've moved on, so it's.
Yeah. I think it's, again, it's all time, isn't it? Time's a big part in it.
Yeah.
The longer you do it, the more comfortable you should on paper feel better.
Yeah.
About doing it and not feel too sort of like a rabbit in headlights,
Yeah.
Fucking hell, shit, I've got a camera, it can be a bit daunting and a bit off-putting, and a lot of people, as we know over the years, a lot of people fall at the first fence really with it and just don't think it's just not for them.
Yeah, you can't just, you're never going to instantly get a channel, are you? Again, like I say, I was lucky at the time I kind of started it, I guess.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think they turn the camera on, do a video, and then a couple of days later do another one, and they think instant success automatically. It don't work like that. Not in this game anyway. I mean, like I said earlier, it's a very small percentage on YouTube.
We're nobodies, aren't we?
Nobody's.
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 I suppose in the beer community, you can look at people and you think, "Oh, well, they're quite big." But to actually be found on YouTube, when how many billions of people or millions of people are on there?
Well, I think the biggest one globally I don't think he does it anymore now, is a guy called Thomas Kuipera from Poland. And right. I think he had about 1 million subscribers.
Bloody hell.
Which is a pretty that's pretty immense, really. Yeah. I mean, he's moved on to pastures new. I think he's still in the beer circle, but he's off camera now and he's doing other things within the beer world. Yeah. So he's done all the groundwork and he's made a name for himself within the industry, and he's, I suppose, getting the rewards from it by being paid to do whatever he's doing now. Yeah. And then you've got the likes of, I mean, yes, you can't not say him, Simon from Real Ale Craft Beer in Wales. And then you've got the likes of Johnny and Brad, the Craft Beer channel, that do an absolutely cracking job.
Yeah.
More documentaries and sort of like brewing, out and about and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose they're the big ones, really.
But yeah, it takes some.
Jay Terrio in America, Louisiana Beer Reviews. I think he's quite big.
Yes, yeah. He actually watches mine. I'm like,
yeah.
He's got about 15,000, doesn't he? So he's got a good following.
Yeah. Greg's Beer Reviews, the guy with the big beard over in America. He's been doing it for years. Yeah.
What? I've got a bloody cat meowing here by my feet. Gonna have to disappear in 2 seconds just to let it out. Just because, of course,
the late great Terry Kay, Beer Goggles.
I never watched him. I didn't know about him. It was
he didn't have a massive channel, but he had a very loyal following of people.
Yeah.
I liked what he did as well. I did watch his videos. Very sort of like laid back, giggly, you know, have a chuckle about stuff, and
yeah.
sort of quite easy going, sort of easy to watch sort of guy he was.
Yeah. There's so many now, though, isn't there?
There's really loads now. Bloody loads. It's hard to keep up with it.
I don't know if, again, Thomas started just before me, Window Beer Reviews, didn't he? He started in the January, I think, of 2020. And I would say I literally got in there just before, 2 or 3 months before, and then it just seemed everyone seemed to be doing it.
It was a surge, wasn't there?
Yeah, and I think that's down to COVID, probably.
Yeah, boredom.
I would like to think mine wasn't down to COVID. I think I'd been watching for so long,
Yeah, but you
the hooligan and Scott.
You've come out the other end now, haven't you? It wasn't a fad or a 5-minute wonder or anything like that.
No.
Let's just ease forward with lockdown.
There you go.
You're still here now, aren't you? You're still doing it. You're still knocking out videos. So it's it weren't a 5-minute wonder. You've got over
camera now. I'm here. But no, I enjoy it. I do. Thomas, would love to meet you guys. Guys, truly amazing. Dean's a star. I'm not the amazing one, trust me.
Yeah, a star as well, mate. Sure.
Can I get a flake with that, Bazza? That's how far behind we are. I hope you wash your hands, Thomas has said. Always wash my hands, mate.
Always.
I'll just let it dangle anyway. I don't have to touch it. Oh, where are we? Because no moderators, no one can put in links. I don't know how to do all that moderating stuff. I'll be honest with you, I don't know how to do it. So
yeah, I ain't got a clue. I think I guess you send links out to people.
I guess so. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know. But to be honest, I don't tend to have any trouble on mine. So
I was going to say you don't get any dickheads on.
No, I don't get many viewers. We're down to 8 now. I think everyone's got bored of us now and buggered off. But it's nice.
Because you're not keeping up with the comments. Come on, chop.
I'm trying to. So breaking news. Oh, he's on dark rum and coke. Window Beer Reviews said, "Are you safe, King?" Yeah, and I've got that one again. How can you manage 3 hours? 7 o'clock we started, so it's just over 2 hours.
2 hours and 7 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, because we're a little bit late going up. So it's surprising when you do the beers. We haven't really drunk much, have we? In 2 hours,
two cans and a pint of
yeah.
You're
too busy talking,
don't you?
Yeah.
But we've done it before, though, haven't we? Where we've had private video calls and we've chatted for about an hour.
Yeah.
Just shooting the breeze and chatting about anything really, and I think you just lose track of time, don't you? And that's
you
what
do, yeah.
You just forget about it. You're not
half an hour can go just like that, can't it?
Oh yeah, easy.
And then you do that, if you have a couple of beers, you can have an half-hour chat. You can go through comments. You can have another beer, do a half-hour chat on that. Before you know it, fucking 2-3 hours has gone. And the final one from Window Beer Reviews, Thomas. Oh, he's back in again now. The craft beer channel is really good.
Yeah,
I think I have some.
They do make some good content. I must admit, I do like what Brad and Johnny do.
Yeah, you're right, Thomas. When you're talking to good company, it's really easy for live streams, and it is. It makes it easy. I'm sure. I think when Thomas interviewed me, have you been interviewed by Thomas yet? You didn't do that one there. I think when I can only imagine Thomas found it really hard work with me because I'm quite. Even though I can come on here and I can chat and I can waffle on for ages, but if people ask me a question, it tends to be very short and sweet. So I think Thomas did find it quite hard talking to me because there was never a long story. I remember watching him and Chris's beer reviews, and Chris had lots to say and that. And I thought
he had Lou on, didn't he? That was his last one when he
yeah.
Lou,
I had a watch that. That was like Wednesday, wasn't it? Yeah,
I think so. Yeah,
that was Wednesday. No, but yeah, I think the old interview thing that Thomas set up is fantastic. I think that's Thomas's little niche thing. That's his
he's
little
got
niche
that down
thing.
to a T. Yeah, he owns that now. Really, I think it'd be very unfair if somebody else jumped on that bandwagon. It'd be wrong, really, because
He is the Jonathan Ross, isn't he?
That's his ball game now, really.
Absolutely, yeah. Comment. Yeah, I'm lost with that one. You are brilliant. Really enjoyed it. I bet you found it hard work, Thomas. I seriously think you probably because I don't say nothing really. I'm quite quiet. Yeah, I mean you'll know me. Well, you know me, but obviously when you come on camera and that, it's a little bit different, and it
different,
have to be a little bit more sort of thingy to keep everything going. Yeah. But
you've always, I think you've always got to remember, haven't you, in the back of your mind that you are actually live. You know, as comfortable as you can get doing it.
Yeah.
You've got to remember there's a certain sort of cut-off point really where people shouldn't really know what certain things. You know.
Yeah. Unless you've had too many beers, and then it all comes
out.
Yeah,
and then you make a rod for your own back then, don't you?
Yeah. I've done a few of them. I remember the first live, I think it was. I went on Scott's, I think it was. That was during lockdown. I do remember it, yeah. First live. I joined in. And I think I'd had a couple of beers beforehand. And I think when I actually come on the live, my first beer while I was on was a Grand Reserve Hertog Jan. It was a barley wine. That was my first one. That was during lockdown, and that was one of the few days the day after that I didn't actually drink anything because I felt rough as fuck the following day.
I think everybody drunk a little bit too much, didn't they? During lockdown.
God. That wasn't good that night. Oh, I did feel rough. I think I'd been drinking from about 5, and then I think we went live at 7, and I started on 10% beer. And for me, when I come on that, because I don't think I was on YouTube then. What was I? I might have just started, or whether I just joined in the live. I think, I don't know. But
no, you probably just started.
I always knew that you could drink a few, and Scott always drank a few. I felt a little bit inadequate.
I've had Scott on mine on where I lived at my old house, where I used to do reviews in my garage. And I had him on a couple of times on the live, and he used to get fucking absolutely battered.
Yeah. Do you remember that video he put up when he was on the train and he was hanging on to the pole?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Why is it so funny when someone else is in a bit of a state?
Yeah, not so funny when it's yourself, but
no. But fair dues, Trim. Fair dues. And you. I'm going to pour a quick one.
Yeah.
If I pour a quick one, do you want to wrap it up then?
You can do, mate. Yeah. You can do.
What shall I have?
Right. So basically, to sum it up, then the beers. I'll just get the 2 beers that we've done.
Well, I'll tell you what. We can sort of wrap it up. I mean, you can always have a 10 minute.
Yeah, we'll have a chat off camera, mate. That's fine. Yeah. I mean, I've enjoyed both, but I think for me, the Devil's Appendix gets the nod.
Yeah.
Quality export stout, but not to say that's a bad West Coast Pils, really, because I've enjoyed both good beers.
I think you just sort of, I don't know, like you said, West Coast Pils, you're almost expecting something not to quite work, whereas the export stout, it's going to be what it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I suppose you knew what you were getting with that. You didn't know what you were getting with that, but they've done a good job of it. You can't really knock it, can you?
All in all, good a good drinking experience.
Yeah.
And good company.
What, me? Or you mean the ones who are watching, you mean?
No, people watching and obviously the host.
You're too kind, mate. You're too kind. Yeah. I mean, again, I can only echo what Dean says. Dean's a legend. I love talking to him. He's a lovely bloke. The beers have been great. It's been lovely to have a catch up with you as well, because all right, yeah, we had 10-15 minutes before we come on, but it's been a while, I think, since we sort of had a good proper chat.
I think it was Quack or Triple Carmelade, wasn't it, on our last adventure as a collab.
I remember your Quack.
Yeah, I remember it as well, mate.
Oh, fantastic.
That went down far too easy, that did.
Sometimes it's them memories that make these videos.
Well, that's it. It's memories, mate. Memories. Good memories.
That make it good. And obviously, everyone watching as well. It's been a privilege to have you all watching. Obviously, I know there's bigger reviewers out there doing stuff, but thanks for tuning in. And
thank you.
Appreciate you all watching. Again, if anyone here, which I highly doubt, hasn't subscribed to Dean, subscribe to the man. And if you haven't subscribed to me, I'll appreciate it anyway if you do. But if you have, thank you all for watching. I'm going to end it there. I'm going to pour a quick one of these after I've gone. Some Thulian from the PD. Ooh. So I will be nice and say good night to everyone. And I guess see you all again on another review. Cheers. Thank you, Dean.